making millions in hours. And instead of doing the right thing and doing what a good person would do and reporting it to us, they continue to exploit it over and over again to make millions. Obviously, I think that affects 3,000 people just so one person can selfishly be happy in the city. Ricky, like I said, this will just be something that's voted on. It's whatever the whole community wants. I'm not making a decision on that. I'll put a bunch of options up, and I'll let people think of which way they think would be the best way to do it, and then we will put up a vote, and we'll let the whole city vote for it. But you guys got anything you guys want to bring up? Chewy, Tyler, Nasty, Mona, Unk, Bobby, and you guys were bringing some stuff up before.
I would say make your main focus having fun and not getting the loot.
Yeah, I agree with Chewy.
Because it's so much more enjoyable when everybody's having fun.
Mm-hmm. I fully agree. I think it is much more enjoyable when people start actually focusing on the aspect of RP versus trying to be filthy rich in the city. Filthy rich does nothing. It just shows that you can mindlessly push E or push W or whatever you're doing. You're just funny. You think this is a game. People just trying to get filthy rich in the city doesn't do anything. The people that the most loved people in the city are the people that have great RP, not the people that are filthy rich in the city. If anything, the people that are filthy rich in the city are usually not the most loved and usually the least loved people.
Yeah, like how can you make the scene you're in even more fun? Like how can you take it to the next level? How can you make your RP known to you?
I mean, since they've had that gang meeting and stuff, it hasn't really been like a dub shoot 'em up thing. Like the gangs have actually been improving, so it's super dope. And I mean, would hate to have to give out any gang strikes from here on out since you guys are improving.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I am astronomically impressed with how wildly 180 the gang RP has turned into from that one gang meeting. So I'm not even gonna lie. Before that gang meeting, I was kind of dreading. I'm like, sometimes these can go not too well, and there's usually a lot of yelling, a lot of arguing. It was a lot of understanding, a lot of listening, and a lot of trying to fix it. And I'm happy when seeing a bunch of leaders actually being leaders, like when you see a bunch of gang leaders that are wanting to change the RP and wanting to do better, it's phenomenal. The fact that everybody undeniably thought gang strikes were a great idea was like, wow. I thought people were going to be like, oh, I don't like that idea. I bought a gang MLO. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be somebody that ends up getting 3 strikes that had bought an MLO, and it's going to be a shit fest. But at least we are giving a huge heads up, and it's not going to be something that's so lightly given. We're not going to be like, oh my God, you got to walk around on eggshells. I do agree with the cuffs. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that.
As far as like gang stuff, I still would like to push maybe seeing a more immersive RP with if you want to run a drug, hold that drug down. You got to be there to hold it. If you don't want to hold it, that's on you. If you want to tax the people, that's on you. But as long as you're there and you're holding it down, that's your drug. If you want to fight for it, take it to their block, and if you win on their block, then
because I just feel like they shouldn't have to open up tickets since that can be dealt with in city.
It breaks the RP scene.
Yeah.
Really
what if we try for 7 days? What if we make it King of the Hill for 7 days? How do you guys feel about that? Here, nobody type anything in the chat for a second. Nobody. You're gonna get timed out if you type something in the chat. Everybody, don't type anything for a second. Okay.
That's kind of hot.
We'll just go King of the Hill. And I'll put 2 reactions, either a check mark or an X. There's 130 people here. I just want to get the idea. How do you guys feel about it being no tickets, King of the Hill? Now, when I say King of the Hill, this is a KOS. And obviously, there'll be some rules that we would put in, like as in their zone. Before we do it, we would make a map for each drug, and we would make it to where, like, maybe like gang leaders, for example. At this point, you guys all know what the drug spots are. It would be at the drug location. It would only be at the spot. Well, obviously, we'll put more thought into it. But for the most part, KOS, you guys just got to run your shit there. It kind of would keep the fighting at the drug location. And then that drugs are much more, scary. because if you do 30-second, I mean, it's silly at that point. You're scripting it out.
You always go and shoot at drug locations if you don't want to pay tax or
Yeah,
if
you wanna
you're
run
just
that shit, you
pressing
run
them.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it always ends in a shootout there, but that's to be expected because all these other gangs that are coming up to that want to take it and shit. And how are you gonna
Yeah.
take it just by fucking giving them a slap on the wrist and saying leave? You know, so.
It ain't no how you doing, partner. I'm here to take this
Yeah,
drug
no,
from you, and you're gonna
that's
leave.
definitely understandable. I think I do think that King of the Hill for a little bit would be dope.
Yeah,
See how
we'll try for a week. We'll just see how it goes for a week. Two things. Tom, we tried War KOS. I think the people that were here earlier know how that went. That
yes.
was like 85 tickets.
Well,
and that
we
was
did it
the
incorrectly.
worst.
but
Yeah.
Still fun though. It was still
with that-
amazing.
The other thing to add with that KOS too, though, is obviously there's going to be shots going and there's going to be whatnot. So I obviously, if shots are going off, police are going to have to respond. If police ends up wiping
that's what
everybody, then the drug's open for grabs, and but it still gives that police RP scene, and it still gives everyone a chance to, if they want to run it, they can run it. But then it also gives the police more drug opportunities to investigate the drugs and what's going on, and then if later on it could eventually be where the drug spots are moved, and then it needs to go on from there.
Yeah, and for the drug spots, they are going to be moved monthly now. Every 30 days, I'll probably pick a day, maybe like the first of the month or end of the month, whatever day I do pick. We will change the 3-4 spots of them every single month. Justice Department, more lawyers. Yes, actually, Mr. Dwayne is doing DOJ. So we have an admin that's actually running it. Make blocks red zone so people can drive by and don't camp their blocks. The only problem with that, Callum, is like, think about how absolute dog shit RP that is. You just go roll by someone's block and drive by and kill them for no reason. That's literally 100K or die. Are we getting new guns in crafting? Yes, there will be new guns with crafting. That would be the worst thing of all the RDM. Yes, I agree. That's never going to be a thing. It's never going to be red zone block. Can you still rob on back at KOS? Nope. Even KOS, it is rob or kill. No ifs, ands, or buts. You put more Glocks in. I think there's 3 Glocks right now. The Glock 17, an 18, and a 19. Can we drive by? Drive-bys are between leader. Okay, so I'll explain how a drive-by would work. If Vantas wants to do a drive-by and drive-by RP with, let's say, Top Shotas, then Vantas' leader would call Top Shota's leader, and if they agree upon it, like, yeah, drive-by seems cool, like, we'll be on the block, and then when you drive by, you start doing drive-by, stuff like that, and then you guys just have to let an admin know. That's it. As long as both leaders tell an admin, you guys can do pretty much any kind of RP you guys want, as long as we're aware, because obviously if we just start randomly getting tickets, wow, all of a sudden we see there's 7 people driving by RDMing, then that's fine, Callum. But that's RP at the end of the day. That's the whole point of the block. If they want to hang out there and do barbecues and such, they don't have to fight and shoot. The mentality shouldn't be, what can I do to go and kill and fight people? It's not Call of Duty. It's RP. I think the people that sit on their block more are way better at RP than the people that go around and shooting. If you're chilling, that's the whole point of the block, is to hang out with your friends. It's supposed to be a fun experience. It's not supposed to be a stressful gun. Yeah, like you say, role play over gunplay. It should not be going around being hitmen and shooting as much as you can like it's a 100K or die server. It should be about hanging out, barbecuing, RPing, playing some music, laughing. You got Unk going around with trash rapping. It's fun stuff. Make memories. You don't want to, going and shooting and killing people, there's no memories in that. A funny rap or, some trolley stuff, hanging out on the block, that's a memory.
Yeah.
But really quick, we will allow, I'm going to turn on, if a couple people want to talk, this meeting will allow 10 people to talk. So the first 10 requests that show up, we'll get it. And then after that, we will adjourn the meeting. we'll try to keep the meetings much more short and condensed, so it's much more consumable. Because letting it go on for 3 hours, we don't remember 3/4 of what's said. So get ready. Requests are on. Where we at? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more people want to talk. There's 130 of y'all in here. 140. I know some of y'all want to talk. One. There you go. That's about 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. All right. Let's let Dan come in. Dan the man.
Hello. So I'm PD, right? And see, before like restart, there's a lot of people going and starting banks right before restart, and it's a pain to get back and get their vehicles and stuff. So I was just wondering if anything can be done about that.
Yeah, we'll make a rule you can't do a bank 15 minutes before restart. 30 minutes maybe? All right, that's fine. I agree with that rule. I agree with that.
I also have an idea for the community. So see how like you were talking about rapping and stuff? We can make like a studio for like the community, and they can make like disses on each other for fun and stuff, and like talk about stuff in like a podcast or something.
You know what? I've always loved I don't think if we had Brian here. Whenever I played in another city, that was one of my favorite ideas. Someone should do that. Someone should start a podcast. Todd, who was from Elite? You guys remember Todd? Todd, you got it. Remember he did those little yeah, like
And
those little
bubblegum.
podcast
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I think that is a phenomenal idea. I love that. Idea. Someone do it. Brian, you remember that? Remember we wanted to do the podcast for Yakuza? Remember we had the little 2 seats and I wanted to do the podcast? I think that's a great idea. I think you guys should do podcasts and like meetings and stuff like that. Weasel News. Yeah, do something like that. I think that is a great idea.
There was this thing as well, it was like FG Studios, and they'd make raps about their enemies and stuff, and it was like really cool to just go through and see the beef what's going on, so you don't actually have to be there all the time. That's all I really wanted to say. Just some ideas and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it is a great idea. I agree with you 100%.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Alright, bye-bye.
All right, Mr. Cooler.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? All right, here. So I got my little notepad again. All right. So the first thing I want to say, I just saw this in the meeting chat. Is Hitman RP allowed? Because I know if you would just get like a, like a contract and you just kill somebody, that's kind of RDM, since So I don't know if that would work.
If it is good RP, yes. If it's just going around and saying, "Oh wow, Brian, so you're my hitman. I want you to go kill Mona for me." Okay, Mona K, and you're just gonna walk up and you're just gonna snipe her from a mountain. No.
Okay, so you gotta actually RP it.
I will tell you. I will give you a good hitman scene. Okay. Mona sets up a meeting with Brian, Unk, and Big Dom with the Cuban cartel. Okay. You guys set up a whole little meeting, and you guys are in Burger. Let's use Burger Shaw as a location, right? And then Chewy is the hitman, and he's on top of Vinewood PD with the sniper. And then at some point, you kill Mona out of that situation. Sure, that's a good. That'd be a good scene. A whole meeting, you're actually getting a full interaction, and then and then that happens. Okay, cool. You actually put some thought into it. Yes, but just doing it to doing it, no, it's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole meeting at a coffee shop and stuff. Yes, this is something we actually did in another city. That's why I think it's a good idea, as long as it's done with meaning or with meaning behind it.
Okay. Another thing. So the killer Rob, is that backed by a script, or can you still technically just use your F1?
You could technically do it, but it's just like the hard R. I can't prevent you from vocally using the hard R, but
but it's just not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, and I know for all the people saying police is still bad, I've definitely noticed a lot more going on. And if I speed now, I've been pulled over a few times for speeding now, so the police are doing good there.
Yes.
The taxes, I think we said that last meeting. So, but the news, can we add like a news job? And then there was like from the reporter's camera, maybe there's an app on the phone that you can live stream from that. So it's like a TV station, and then you can see them, and then like the news shows up on a bank robbery, and then they live stream the live feed from their camera, and then people can go on their phone and watch the like the scene go down, and then you could have like the news job. I don't know how hard that would be, but I think a news thing would be pretty cool.
Okay, so you guys are gonna have to carry on this meeting. I'm so sorry. Come to find out, where I dropped off my car for the oil change closed 5 minutes ago, so they are waiting literally on me. So, I'll throw in like some AirPods and I'll talk while I'm in the car if there's anything you guys want to catch up. But at this point, what I had to say is if somebody, Bobby or someone, can you record the rest of the meeting for me so I can go over whatever anybody's going and put it in my notes so I do have it. I apologize that I do have to head out early. I think it's a little understanding. I don't want people waiting 45 minutes for me at the oil change spot. But yeah, you guys have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. I will probably hop in at the end of the meeting. You guys have a good one.
Bye, Papa.
All right, I think that's all I had to say, to be honest.
All right,
But
appreciate
yeah,
it.
I got one last thing. I just want to say, Limey's Juice Bar on top. Come down to Legion Square, baby. We got the cheapest food.
Always got a
So,
plug.
yeah. Yes, sir. All right, see you guys. Thank you.
All right, who we got next? Cat.
Todd from MS13.
Oh,
Oh shit, can y'all hear me?
yes, sir.
All right, cool. What's the deal, man? Shit, I really just want to talk about, like, even with getting your gun taken away from the cops. You know, I feel like it would be much cooler if you added on to the RP. If people can't pay that fine, they got to do community service and actually do a job for like a certain amount of time to actually get their stuff back. You feel me?
That is a really, really cool
Hey,
idea.
I guarantee if you asked a cop if you could had that option, that they would say yes.
Yeah, so no, my thing with that is, regardless of when the minute we take that gun off of you from your inventory, the bitching starts. You know, like, oh, give me my gun,
Yeah.
this, that. You know, like, as much as we'd love to do that, nobody wants to stand there and listen to nobody bitching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are down to do it, you know, by all means, but
You know what I'm saying? Because like you already get jobs in general, and let's keep it real. No motherfucker is doing these jobs. So it's like if they lose a gun, they can be like, okay, community service, you know, go run like the garbage, you know what I'm saying? This, that, do it for a certain amount of time, and then like you can get your stuff back. You know what I'm saying? Like even with that in, and I also wanted to talk about like even KOS and like killing it robbing, because if you want to be realistic, everybody in here is gonna do this shit. You can't say they're not. Since they know that they can't get their stuff taken and they're sitting at KOS, they're never gonna speak to you. They're just gonna let you kill them so you can't rob anything, like no materials or anything on them. You know what I'm saying? So like that's where like the fuck up comes for like KOS, because if you're on there possibly trying to get a lick, nobody gonna let you do that shit because they know that you can't rob them if they did.
Yeah, but the other thing too you got to remember is there's no EMS that's coming to KOS, so eventually they're gonna have to hit E. They're gonna lose everything.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But damn, bro, it's like, you know what I'm saying? What about I'm here trying to make an extra gun? You know what I'm saying? Damn, now I can't make the extra gun because you wanted to do that, bro. But I feel you though. I feel you. But yeah, that was probably the biggest thing, just community service. You know, like getting your gun back, because like them prices is kind of sketchy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of sound a little rigged.
I think the only way to effectively, like, as far as community service goes, if you wanted to go and do a public service job, we'd have to have some kind of like receipt or form showing that you worked that time, and then you turn that into the police in order to show that you actually worked that job.
Yeah, facts. So like, let's say like, you know, you just got it on body cam. You know what I'm saying? You could like turn that in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
That would
that's
be
that's pretty much it.
for sure.
All right.
Next we have CX.
Yo, hello. How you doing?
Doing it up with you.
Okay, so I've been noticing in the city there's been like the whole Crim RP and cop RP. I've been trying to get cops to attend to my calls, you know, not for robbing and all that, but different kind of stuff, and I haven't really been seeing it. And even if I wanted a car chase or whatever, like I had ideas, but I'm not trying to get, you know, cop baited. or not get in trouble for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just different types of roleplay.
Or are you just more meaning like more interaction from the PD as far as like
Yeah, 200%.
is like as far as like them patrolling and actually just like if they see something happening or if they see someone speeding, pulling them over and shit like that?
Yeah, I haven't got like any interaction, to be honest. Like, nothing. And I've been in for like hours at a time, you know. So I don't know.
Mona's the one to really speak on that, but as far as like patrolling and stuff, I think it's just circumstantial depending on how many PD are active at the moment, and what they're all doing, and what people are doing in the city as far as robberies happening and all that.
For sure, yeah.
The way it is right now, every time I'm clocked on at PD, motherfuckers is constantly hitting jewelry store.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
jewelry store's a
there's
big one.
certain things that take priority over others. So if
Yep.
people, you know, I mean, if there's a jewelry happening, or if there's a jewelry store happening, and you compare it to like a shot fired, PD's not gonna pull up to that one shot fired. You know what I mean?
I do agree.
And
with
then, I mean, like, so previously we've had this whole, I mean, I had a talk with a couple, or not a couple, but a lot of gangs about how PD just pulls up to calls and that they don't want PD pulling up to calls instantly, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Right? So we fixed that, and now people are like, oh, PD's ignoring my calls and PD's not pulling up. And so, I mean, I talked about this before too, but what would you like PD to do? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Eugene, I'm not
just
talking about you. I'm talking about a different thing.
oh yeah.
But my thing is like, if you're like you can only start the scene by doing something we can actually respond to. You know, otherwise we're not gonna like just know. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, like cops are like tired of just getting like we pull up and then we just get domed. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing they don't want anymore. So that's why they kind of just don't pull up to like when there's like mass shooting or whatever. Undercover cops? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yo.
All right,
I'm about to be undercover as a dog.
Next, we got Becky on EMS.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going alright. I just got home. Sorry. Okay, so there's two things. One, I just want to bring up like I don't know how robbery and stuff work in this city because I work as EMS, so I'm at the hospital all the time. But in my old city, what they did was they had an interaction with the people while they were robbing, just making sure the hostage was safe, and then they let them have like 20 minutes, I think it was, to stay on the scene, and then they would have to leave the area, and when they leave the area, that's when they go on the chase, and EMS will be on the scene and take care of the hostage. So they always like had an interaction, but let them have the time to rob, and then like they only had to catch them, like focus on catching them. So like that's an idea. If I don't know how you guys do it. So,
That is how we do it.
Yeah, okay. And the second thing is it possible for EMS to get the ability to impound cars? Because like it's so annoying to have to call staff and call PD to ask to impound a car that someone just left at the hospital and went away. Because we had so many cars just standing on EMS while no one was there to pick them up.
I have been wanting to pitch a idea for an actual tow truck job where like they just go around the city, and if people are parked illegally and all that stuff, it goes to the impound and there's a fee for it if they don't want to park their shit right, or if they want to leave it around, or if they want to be parking it at hospitals and stuff, they could just call a tow truck service or have it pinged.
Can people just spawn in their car again then?
No, that's where the fee would come in. So it would be a separate impound
Yeah, so you're
where it
going to
gets
have,
sent to you,
like,
and they actually have to pay a fee to get their car out of the impound.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be great. Because like we're having that big issue where people just leave their cars at the hospital and just runs away and don't pick it up again. So, yeah, but that's all I wanted to say.
I think if we did do it, no offense to some EMS, but like some EMS would abuse it. So I think we'd have to set it to a specific rank in
Yeah, that would be
y'all's.
fine as long as we get the ability to do
Mhm.
it. It's so annoying when like there are like 5 cars blocking the road and we can't do anything about it because we can't park them in the parking spot anymore.
Mhm. It also causes lag throughout the whole area, so people that are doing, fuck you.
Yeah.
Put that in the EMS Discord,
Okay, we'll do.
and then I think we need to have a staff meeting with EMS, and then also a staff meeting with PD, and then I think there was a game meeting, right, recently?
Yeah, there was.
Okay. Just to go over any like new ideas or stuff that they think needs to be changed or whatnot.
Yeah, sounds good.
Who we got next?
We got Peter Blicky.
See how this goes.
Yow.
Uh-huh.
What's good with y'all?
Yo.
All right, so basically, if you know Peter, you know Peter likes Doonies, and Lil Baby put out a server with a mod that you could slam Doonies down. So like, let's get it popping. Also, White Widow sold me oregano.
Get scammed.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where to go.
I guess next speaker we got T-Cat.
I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We sure can.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just had a quick question. I know that crafting has been moved to some unknown location somewhere out in who knows where, but I was wondering, are we also getting new gun crafting with that, or is it the same? If anybody knows. If you don't know, then never fucking mind.
I'll be honest, I don't think anybody knows. Except for like Maurice and CC.
Damn. I was curious. Okay. I mean, you should try to see if they'll give us some hints.
Fuck that.
I don't know. That's the fun. Like when we give people hints, that's when everyone
Scavenger hunt.
finds out, and then it's not a big surprise anymore.
No.
You guys and
Last-
your damn surprises. Okay.
When we
that
when we
was-
opened, people found out way too quickly due to some other things. But so nah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. That was my only question. Honestly, was that.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I last I heard when we were changing the locations, I was told that there was going to be new guns at some point craftable. I think.
Yeah, but I think before
Yeah.
Maurice left, he said there was going to be new crafted guns.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know if it's been implemented or not. Until we find the location and find out.
Yeah, you got to find it and then get to that level. And
Damn. I don't know. Don't you? You're fucking dead to me, Brian.
So, anything else you had to add, or
Nope, that was it.
looking for
Everybody's
insider
done a
info?
great job. I love everyone.
Thank you.
So we got Killer Rob is the big thing. King of the Hill is now a thing for a week. See how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we have our server suggestions.
Yep. Better. I tend to look at it at least once a day. I try to. And try to respond and give reasoning behind why we shouldn't. Is there anything else staff would like to add? Anybody else?
Yeah, I would. I think Essay's already stressed this a lot, but I would like to put stress on it again. just a gang RP, like I feel like people shouldn't be beefing just because like, oh, I want to shoot or whatever. It should be like there should be like a story to it. You know what I mean? Like, it should be like, oh, like say Ventus were doing some shit and they did something to somebody, and now there's a whole story going on. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like they did something to GSF, and now GSF is like plotting and shit. It shouldn't just be like, oh my god, let's go spin their block. Pop, 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 pop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
mean, again, with
so
all
dumb.
these rules and stuff that we're adding, like, where the focus is to bring, like, all of the RP off of just shooting and stuff like that. That's like, because, like, if you want to start, like, a storyline with a gang, there's so many different ways to do it. Like, you could be at a car meet and then beef there or some shit. Like, there's so many different things, like, that creates a story besides just fucking shooting with guns and things of that nature. Because, again, it's not what we're here for, you know. That's 100K or die mentality, and we're RP server. Like,
And then another thing is when staff is in city, say see like example like you see me, right? I'm doing PD or whatever, or you see SA and he's trying to RP, or you see Dwayne, or you see Chris, Bobby, Dom, Brian, anybody, right? Please do not come up to us and be like, "Hey, can you look at my ticket? Hey, my car approved. Hey, can you spawn this in for me because we're trying to RP too." Like,
yeah, really runs
just
it.
because like we're not, I mean, yeah, we're like here to help you guys out and everything, but for the time that we do want to RP, let us RP. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Because with
it's
all the tickets in city and things, like, I barely have time to, like, fly into
yeah.
city myself and, like, do RP. So when I do, it's super dope. But getting asked in city about a ticket when I'm there at RP kind of just breaks that shit for me.
Yeah, it just ruins the whole like vibe.
Can't speak for anyone else, but the only exception to that I don't mind if someone comes and mentions it is if there's a wizard in city, because obviously that affects everyone.
Well, yeah, that's something that should be dealt with. But like,
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, tickets.
yeah. Anything that can wait. Please try not to
'Cause, I
mention
mean,
it to staff in city.
Brian's made announcements on
Oh,
that as
100%.
well. Like, yeah,
Nah,
this
if someone comes
shouldn't
up to
be
me
like
and
a
asks about
problem
a
we need.
ticket, nah.
Yeah.
Didn't someone say somewhere that if someone asks about a ticket, they get a 1 day?
No, I've
Yeah,
said that
there's
multiple
some
times.
I'm just a
Just
nice
because,
guy. So.
I mean, I haven't ever sent anyone for it, but I mean, if I did, the city be quiet. just out of
Yeah, what
out
you
of
mean by that?
noting that. Every single time I'm in city, at least 3 or 4 people ask me if I can check a ticket or do I have an update on a ticket because no
Alright,
one
is he lagging or is it
mentioned.
just me?
Nah, it's
No,
just you.
it's just you.
Yeah, Brian.
But yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's fine if it's something urgent, but like if we're in a scene, like yesterday,
Damn.
I was having a scene with Meech and my 3 Russian kids or whatever, and someone just goes to me like, "How can you even RP if you're an admin?" I'm like, "What? What does that even mean?" Like, what? So how does that work? You know, like, we're just trying to have fun too.
But when people like you come up to me and ask stupid questions like that, I can't.
Holy, but no, that's all I wanted to say.
The only thing I want to add is I think, I still think we should implement some kind of fee for the impounds, or at least add something more to the tow trucking job, so that way people can actually go around and
there is
see
one.
illegally parked. Well, like it's only focused on local cars though. Like it's
No. It's focused on you know, PD. If they don't slash import and they slash depot, if they do slash depot and then put a number after it, so for example slash depot space 10K, someone has to pay $10,000 to get their car back from impound.
Okay.
You should not have told me that.
Why?
Yeah, well, then there obviously needs to be a limit put on it then. But
Yeah.
If you type it in though, if you type the command in, it says, like, it prompts you what you type in, and there's a little bracket that says price.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone knows about. Well, most people I assume knew about it. If it's something that it's only PD can do it. If there is a tow truck job in city, that should probably have access to it as well. because they need. I mean, the slash depot and slash fine both go into the police society fund to pay for staff wages, like pay for PD's wages.
Maybe we could go to the extent of hiring, or I mean, this would be more along Mona's side as well, but having Mona hire people that are contracted through the PD as tow truck drivers.
There's no way to separate the police role from anyone else. Like the receptionist that we hired when I was in PD has all of the options as a normal officer because there's no way to label him as a receptionist. So
that would have to be a different job.
Yeah. You can't give someone just the ability to depot cars and take away the slash jail or the shortcut binds or quick draw. You can't take away any of that. So it would have to be a separate job, like Mona says.
Oh, we can figure this out in our own time. We don't need to stress everybody else out with it.
Yeah, sure.
But I definitely
Anything
think
else
that's something that should be a thing eventually.
Mm-hmm. Dom, you got anything to say? I know you always bitching.
He's going to get coffee.
Mm.
He's being quiet now.
He's busy bitching. Leave him alone.
We got a lot of people in chat talking about adding the dice rolling.
Yeah, I
we
think
talked
that
about
is a
in the
pretty good
last
idea.
meeting.
I'm not gonna
I think I've seen people want that since we fucking opened.
No, that's.
And
I
don't
mean,
even think
Maurice
it's that hard
literally
to
said
add. I
that
don't know.
we. No, Maurice said that he would add not only a paintball arena but the dice rolling script if the RP was improved that one weekend. Remember, but as we saw, the RP was just not improved whatsoever. So if you guys do improve your RP, that's something that can definitely head your way and be available in the city. But you guys have to make that effort just like we do.
Right.
Anybody else wants to add anything? Say anything?
I don't know if we
I
have.
think we're good.
Yeah, I don't think we have
Think-
requests on to be able to have anyone.
No,
say
we
anything
don't.
either,
Mm-mm.
I have like to pop away for 5 minutes after you mentioned about the King of the Hill style. Has anyone been over MVL to make sure that it doesn't happen too much?
No, people gonna do it. They're gonna get banned.
Exactly, but are they aware that it's going to happen? If they MVL, then they're obviously going to face the consequences.
Well, even before now, if they have the other faces,
Raise your hand again so I can put you in the thing real quick.
I think the biggest thing with that was obviously if they're NVLing, you still want to keep the scene going, but just put a ticket in.
Mhm.
We can handle it.
Yeah, let the scene play out.
Go see that's a big culprit for most of the people that put in tickets is they just rule explain right after someone breaks a rule. Just stay in character and put in a ticket and we can deal with it for sure.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. If you put in a ticket and you're breaking rules in your clip that you're trying to show us, you're gonna get in trouble for it too. We're not gonna be like, okay, since you put in the clip, we're just gonna let it all go. Like if you're breaking rules in the clip, like you're gonna get talked to too.
No, that's just funny.
Yeah, like
When they're just like casually metagaming in the back.
yeah, like
Well, the other day when we had that ticket and it was like, oh, this person's got aims or something on. And it's like, yeah, but you're using tracers. So come on, what are we to do?
or like that modder that made the ticket who was like, oh, I got the modder, so I turned my mod menu on to get the modder. What the? I can't. Twitter, if you wanted to talk, raise your hand so I can move you over.
We have it turned off so that you know the meeting didn't take forever.
I think he just wanted to add something and then he couldn't. He was like the last person who wanted to speak. There we go.
Alright, what
Gangster.
up, gang? Alright, so first thing is, I don't know if it's a bug or anything or a script you guys added. I always leave the city with like 20 plus food and drinks on me, and as soon as I go back in the city, it's all gone. Is that like something you guys added, so it just eventually just goes away, or is that just a bug?
All I'm aware of.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
There is there is an issue I have noticed, and I've talked to CC about it. Is if you've noticed, some people fly in and they have heavy armor on, or they have normal armor on. Before we moved over to the East Coast, when you flew out, you lost the armor. So whatever script or line of code is making people keep the armor, it must be getting rid of the food and drink, amongst other things. Because I'm sure
No,
that
he's
it's
not
not just.
not talking about your food and drink bar. He's talking about inventory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if it can give you, like, I did it the other day, and I flew out. I used my one armor that I had, flew out, and when I flew back in, I still had the armor equipped, but I also had one armor in my inventory. So it's yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's tell everybody that.
Yes, yes.
But Brian, if you let me finish, CC was made aware of it and changed it, and it doesn't happen anymore. So, whatever he changed, if he changes that to do with the food and drink, then it should stop the food and drink from poofing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got something else. All right, so if there's like a jewelry store robbery or bank robbery, there could be like 7 cops on the scene, right?
Yeah.
So what if like all the cops like had their own car and then they're chasing after one guy after like one car because like the criminals can only have one car. So like is there like a limit on the cars that the cops can have, or can they just actually
Made
have
it
7?
4.
There's 4.
I think, Mona,
I feel
you
like
want to
that's a
take
lot
this one?
though.
Wait, what happened? Sorry.
If there's 7 cops at a jewelry store or a bank, it's limited to 4 cars in it, 4 PD cars.
Yeah, so the way we do that now is either there's 4 ground units, so there would be 4 PD cars, or 3 PD cars in Air 1. Because it's like unreasonable for there to be 6 or 5 cop cars in a chase with one car, like that's just stupid.
Especially when there's other things going on in the city too.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question. So is there like a lot of application you guys get for PD?
To be honest, I've been trying to look at the apps, but I haven't been able to. I don't know, like the things just don't come through now. So I asked Brian to post it again. So whenever that happens.
Mona, talk to me after there's 20 some applicants.
Okay. How are you able to see them, but I'm not?
I've
give you
0.
access?
Yeah, I gave everyone access when I left.
Okay.
But I'll make sure that I sort that out after. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I also was gonna say like if you guys like have like a lot of applications, I feel like you should start like a special forces or like FBI or something like that, as well
Don't worry
as
about.
just the
Don't
regular
worry about.
PD.
Once we get enough PD and like everybody's trained to.
Because I feel like special forces would be cool, Especially
Mhm.
like
Wouldn't you?
I was driving a helicopter one time, like when I was used to be in Yakuza,
You can
and
drive those?
it's used to be able to or
You
fly,
fly a
whatever. Sorry,
helicopter.
shut up. I hate you. I always say drive, and then there's like a button that says you could rappel down, but the rappel down doesn't even work for some reason. Like it says you have to be in a different seat, but I keep switching to every seat, and like doesn't let me rappel down.
Well, so how that works is you're not supposed to have access to that. That script is supposed to be set to police helicopters only.
All right.
And I don't know why the script is set to everything. Maybe it's just easier.
So if you ever make special forces, be able to rappel down from a helicopter, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, then we can have everybody bitch. Oh, SWAT dropped on me from my helicopter and killed me.
I mean, that's the thing, right? If we want to do all of these things, like how Meech is saying, gang unit, and whatever. I'm not good with speaking because if I start speaking, I'm gonna start saying things that people aren't supposed to be knowing.
What you're saying is like, if people are wanting these gang units and all these other things
Right.
happening, they need to see better RP and not just bitching and complaining and shooting everything inside.
Yeah. So my thing is, if we do these things, people have to RP with us too. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to do nothing if there's bitching and complaining. You know what I mean? It's if we do SWAT, if we do like gang units, like say like a gang unit, realistically, right? If you see, say I'm gonna use Ballers as an example, right? If you see Meech, Cardi, and fucking Jason just standing there with guns out, gang unit's not gonna come there and tell you to put it away. They're gonna instantly put you in cuffs and search you and shit. because you are like at that point displaying like a gang and you're on a block and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And right now, when we do that anyway, because you're brandishing a firearm, because we should be able to put you in, like, detain you for brandishing a firearm. People bitch and be like, "Oh, why am I being put in the cuffs? They didn't even talk to me." Blah 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 blah. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So before we do anything, we need RP with PD and from PD to get fixed.
Yeah, and also what Kohler said, I feel like that would be pretty cool for like a news reporter job, just following like all like the crime activities and stuff.
What'd you say? You cut out for me.
Oh,
You trying to
did I?
drive around and film?
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to drive around and film people.
Cap.
I'm trying to be a news reporter. What you mean, bro? You know how
Yeah,
cool that would be?
Eugene is gas at news reporting, bro.
I feel like it'd be cool to be a news reporter, man.
News reporting's dope. I'm not gonna lie. It opens up
Exactly.
like you can go to businesses and shit. That's what I did as one of my other characters a little bit ago. I interviewed the people at White Widow and it was fun as fuck.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I think that's it.
If
Alright, I
we
love
have
you,
gotten
Bobby.
to everything that we planned to, I think that
We don't think Alyssa
I think
got to
we're
speak yet.
oh
Oh.
You
okay.
have one last question?
No, but I love you, Bobby. Mwah.
That shit crazy, bro.
Should I get Wendy's or Burger King?
Wendy's.
Oh,
I would say Wendy's. I'm not gonna count.
Wendy's is better, come on.
Wendy's not
Alyssa,
Alyssa, did you have anything to
Yeah, I was just waiting for Pluto to be done.
keep going?
I mean, Mona mostly covered it. Like, she brought it up before, but I was just gonna suggest, like, encouraging admin and staff to, like, just limit the use of powers in, like, RC scene and RP scenes. And same goes for civs, because, like you said, it ruins the RP for both, like, staff when people are coming up to them saying, "Oh, can you do this or that for me?" while they're in the middle of a scene. I was just gonna say the same, like, opposite, like, for staff, like, I'm not gonna like mention who it was, but like I was pulled out of like an IP scene because an admin wanted to talk to me, and like I was in the middle of something. But I mean, it also goes the same for you guys. I know it could ruin your guys' IP when someone just like goes up to you, like asking you to do stuff for them, when it could like most times it could be solved in IP. And I mean, I'm at fault of that as well. But that's just a suggestion for me, like for both staff and civs.
Unless it's like something serious, I typically spectate and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Same with like teleporting to specific people to talk to them or bring them. I spectate and see if like they're in the middle of something or.
Yeah, I spectate people too.
When it comes down to everything, and as far as RP, we're no different from you guys. So if you see someone abusing their powers, put a ticket in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, for sure.
I'll boot fucking Brian off staff right now.
Hey, buddy.
I tried to get a 2-day vacation, but like.
You tried to give yourself a 2-day. I was there for that.
You use the Discord
because he fucking
and give 1
rocked
minute.
somebody.
You get perma.
Z did.
Hunk knows that.
I got.
I'm gonna head out. Thank you everybody for listening to me ramble, but hopefully you're
I
starting
think
to
we're
get
about
the right
to
idea.
close this bitch out.
Do it then,
show.
Brian. Do it then. Hey Brian, if we
All
gonna do it
right.
then, we gonna do it big then.
Oh, not in front of everybody. Let's take it somewhere else.
Alright,
Hey,
let's
yo.
do it then.
Everybody have a good day. Have fun on the server. And,
Yeah.
Peace.
These are fun. I like the meetings a lot.
100%.
Okay, bye.
Right.
What's up?
Check your DM. See you later, everyone.